Right. Hi. Hello. I'm Vanessa Petrucci, and I'm part of the staff of the International School of Comics in Florence. And hello. First of all, I want to thank everyone for inviting us here. I want to thank the, hold on, let me see. There you go. I want to thank the Ferragamo Foundation and Frank Espinosa. I want to thank everyone, especially one person that introduced us to the museum, introduced us to Ferragamo. His name is Alessio Duva, and he's one of our teachers. When we started this cooperation, we were kind of unsure of where it would have led us. I mean, we didn't know, we had never cooperated with such a big brand as Ferragamo. And we didn't really know what was going to come up. So Mr. Alessio kind of proposed this comics jam. I don't know if you've heard of the 24 hours comics jam. It's about, it's a very big thing. It's 24 pages in 24 hours. So we decided to take that idea and turn it into an 8-hour comics jam. Now, if you're not familiar with the process of comics, I can tell you that it's very challenging. It's a big challenge for many reasons. I mean, first, making comics is very close to, well, making a painting. It's pretty much the same thing. It's telling a story. So to tell a story, you need skills, you need time, you need thinking process, you need brainstorming. And do 8 pages in 8 hours, it's a lot of work, a lot. Well, let me first tell you that at the school, we are a school that teaches comics, illustration, animation. We teach many, many classes. And comics is one of the first that we taught and one of our best. Because we do not stress students about style, we want them to be able to express their own style. I mean, as you can see, different paintings, different styles. The same thing is true in comics. So what we do to what we tell students and what we teach them is express themselves, express yourself, learn the skills. So we teach basic skills like anatomy, perspective, storytelling, inking, colors, and so forth. But they have to come up also with their stories. They have to learn how to express themselves. Because as you can see, a comic book page or a comic book story is pretty much what a painting is. I mean, if you can see the painting by Bronzino, you see a whole bunch of different artists and from the period in there. And that's what comic artists do too. I mean, they also put themselves inside their own comics because it's their story and their emotion. Story and comics and emotion all go together. It's all about the emotion that you can transmit to your reader. Of course, we're not the same, so what moves me may not move him, may not move you, but may move somebody else. So there are so many different ways of making comics, so many different ways of telling a story. And this is what we brought when we met the Ferragamo Museum. We brought this with us, and we told them, and we asked them actually, what can we do? So we all put our heads together, and we said, well, why not a comics jam? Why not challenge these students to tell a story in such a small amount of time, and a real story, and a story that took inspiration about shoes, which I can tell you is not something that you see every day. I mean, many stories are are about themselves, about their emotion, about their experiences. So shoes, it's kind of challenging, I can promise you that. And we put everything that we knew and we proposed this. We thought at first, well, 8 hours, maybe it's too much, maybe it's too little, but then it turned out great. And also because the foundation took a big risk. Took a big risk because we contacted Frank Espinosa, they contacted the Center for Cartoon Studies, because the prices that they put up, that we all put up, were very interesting and very big. I mean, we put a course in the United States, we put a course also at our school, so it was a risk. And more than 90 people showed up at this event. Am I right? 90 people, 90 students drawing for 8 hours under the sun. It was hot, it was very hot. It was inside it was the PT week, right? So it was very hot, it was inside the square, so no shadow. I mean, there was a little shadow, but every day outside, 8 hours. And they created fantastic pieces of work, fantastic. And if I'm not mistaken, it was pretty hard to decide the winner, right? That's what I heard. And we were so proud. We were so proud not only because we cooperated with such a big, it's an institution. I mean, it's the Ferragamo Museum. It is an institution in the territory. We were so happy because we cooperated with them, and also our students did some marvelous, marvelous things. And that's what we strive for. We strive for excellence, of course, but also emotion and storytelling. It's very important that your story, that you put what you feel and what you want to say in your story. There are many ways of telling. You can tell it through a painting, you can tell it through an illustration, you can tell it through an animation, but you can also tell it through comics. And it was a big experience. It was something that we wish we could do it again. We could do it again, it would be great. But it was a surprise. It was a fantastic surprise for everybody. So coming back to the connection with the museum and with the stories told by paintings, I can say that through stories, through comic books, we can understand, we can tell things that we are afraid to say. We can really express ourselves, and we can find things that really catch our attention. So this is pretty much what we tell our students, and what I would like to show you. I mean, it was a great experience. We still have some pictures online. We have the blog, and if you can see the work of our students and the work that they did, it was great. So comic book is not only something for kids, because many asked us this. Oh, comic book, is this for kids? You know, just little stories. No, it's not. It's like saying, I don't know, Bronzino is just for people that have a PhD. That's not right. It's for everyone. It was made in the 1500s and everyone could see it because it had to tell a story. So, but it connected with people because it brought forth emotion from people. And that's what comics books do. That's what they have to do. Thank you.